what exactly was your job in TNA? Were you on the booking committee or?
Yeah, I was on the booking committee. Not an effective voice on the booking committee though. It was in hindsight. It was sort of like a rudderless ship. We'd get into the production meeting, and I remember one time, and specifically, AJ Styles was wrestling. I forget who he was wrestling, but the question was who would go to the ring first, AJ or the heel. And Terry Taylor, raised his hand. Terry and I always sat right next to each other. We'd play tic-tac-toe on the paper on the desk. And Terry said, well, why don't we send the heel out first to get some heat and then, hit AJ's music and get a good pop out of it. And Jeff Jarrett looked at the paper like he was pondering it, and he goes, no, we'll keep it as it is. And then he said something to Terry. The exact words, I'm paraphrasing, I can't remember the exact words, but it was not far from this. No, we're going to keep it like it is. And from now on, why don't you keep your stupid fucking ideas to yourself, Terry? And I remember kicking Terry to the table like, dude, you can't let a man talk to you like that. I don't care if it's your job or not. Like, do something, say something. And so because after that, I thought I wouldn't speak up, because I thought if he says that to me, I'm probably not liable to take it as laid back as Terry did. And it didn't matter anyway. Dixie would come to you I'm sure there's a week or two she missed here or there, but it seemed like every time you saw her, she would have a question for you about the business. What do you think about this segment? And I would look at it and I'd run it through, like knowing where that particular angle had been, where they're planning on it going. And then I'd give my 2 cents and I'd explain the psychology of it. So if you do this, then this is how it's going to be. The fans are going to react to it, and I'd explain it out to her. Not one time did she ever take my advice. And not just mine, nobody's. But then 2 weeks later, we'd come back for the next taping, and she would say, you're right. Everybody's bitching about it online. And everybody online would be 25 people that were talking about it on some blog site somewhere. So you'd give her that, advice, which she wouldn't take. And it was just, like I said, a rudderless ship when you have people that are, you had Terry Taylor, you had Dutch Mantel, you had Vince Russo, you had Jeff Jarrett, you had me, you had, God, who else was there? Through the years, you had
Al Snow,
Mick Foley, Terry Funk. Nobody's advice being taken. And, so you just got to the point where it doesn't matter why say anything anyway, because nobody's going to listen to you anyway. But my title in TNA was head of talent relations. And, my job hands-on with the wrestlers was mostly to work with them. The one thing I primarily focused on was promos. Taking the guys up and I'd say, okay, Hannibal, you're going to be wrestling AJ Styles in the main event of the next pay-per-view, and this is what it was, give me 90 seconds, go. And, we'd film it and watch it back, and I'd give pointers. Here's the strengths, here's the weaknesses. These are the things you need to improve upon. As head of talent relations, my job was pretty much to play liaison between if your contract was coming up or we were trying to get you signed to a contract. Where does things stand? What can I do to prod you along? What can I do to try to pull the company? Although my job was supposedly to advocate for the company, I was also trying to find that place. Like if I knew that, hey, they'll sign you for this and you want this much, hey, go in and ask for this, you'll be fine. Because to me, I didn't see the need for creating animosity. If we sit there and go back and forth for 3, 4, 5, 6 months, now you got a chip on your shoulder because you don't think the place really wants you. And I'd always seen it from the boys' point of view, but also I've seen it from the company point of view. Anybody that's ever done this side of it knows that this is anything in entertainment is incredibly expensive. Setting up even an office, the computers, the rent, the insurance, the phone lines, the people to staff it, everything gets exponentially expensive. And the wrestlers oftentimes don't understand that part of it. We're sort of spoiled. We show up at a building, we get flown in. Worst we have to do is maybe rent a car. We get to the building, the ring's set up, the people come in and we wrestle and we leave, right? We don't see any of the other stuff that goes on. So I always try to find that happy medium between the two. What's going to make the wrestlers feel most comfortable and ready to go out there and work, and what's going to make the company feel best about hiring, say, a Hannibal or a Shane Douglas. So that's what I did as talent relations. How I got that job, I never asked for it. When Dusty Rhodes came in, he held a team meeting one day, and he was going through, and I was standing over to the side looking at my match I was agenting that night. And he said, "Where's Shane Douglas?" And I walked out. And he goes, "Shane Douglas is the new head of talent relations. So anybody's in the contract negotiations, talk with Shane." And I didn't know if he was ribbing me or not. And that's how I ended up getting the job. So I owe Dusty a big. Aside from the stuff I learned from him over the years, I also got that first real office position from Dusty Rhodes.
How were your dealings with AJ Styles there?
I loved working with AJ. AJ, sound like a pun, right? He phenomenal in ring, really is. A kid that can do anything. But just as a person, especially like when the stories I just said a few minutes ago about the WWF, right? And you start to get familiar with that kind of stuff, and then you meet a guy like AJ, who's just a sweetheart guy. Just a really good human being. You'd go to him anytime you had a concern. All you had to do is go to him and bring it up, and it was no problem. If everybody was that easy to work with, this would be the greatest job in the world, being involved in the office. Unfortunately, he's the exception to the rule.